Hi guys, so today I'm going to kind of review or use a couple things in conjunction together here. So if I do have any links, there will be affiliate links, they'll be in the description box, and that means I will make a small commission if you purchase any items through those links. The only thing is I know that the, ooh, I just hit myself, I was fanning myself, I just hit myself with this thing. This is sold out right now on HSN. It's kind of piecemeal on Craft Stash and basically the same on Crafters Companion's site themselves. So it's what it is. But as far as these guys, I had picked them up in the original HSN and I showed you guys the in the haul. So it's basically the folder that will hold all of your Christmas related stamps, these larger ones. And I don't know if they're just, yeah, this one's called The Spirit of Christmas. This one is Snowflakes Are Kisses, The Magic of Christmas, Warmest Wishes, Holiday Season. I guess what I can do is show you what's on them. So The Spirit of Christmas has all these different sentiments on here. So I'll just let you kind of have an idea of what that looks like and kind of how big they are. These guys are big boys. And so that's the point, to, you know, make a nice card or however you want to use them. Their Snowflakes Are Kisses. And so like this piece is different from this piece, but again, they're still really good sizes. There's Snow Place Like Home, The World Changes When It Snows, 'Tis the Season, other little things like that. The Magic of Christmas, and Magic of Christmas Never Ends, and its greatest gifts are family and friends. You may never be too grown up to search the skies on Christmas Eve. Holly Jolly Christmas, all that kind of stuff. Warmest Wishes. Oh, this one's nice. Look at that. Warm Winter Wishes From Our Home to Yours. That's a good one. And I use my hand because, well, the other thing is I just rearranged my desk area. So I'll show you a video on that. I wasn't ready to upload the video. So when I do release the video, it will be a little bit about this desk area that I just fixed up because of the Crafters Companion show coming up. And also to do some destashing. So that's why I haven't released the video. This thing is 4.5 inches on its own, so that's a good size on just that one. Holiday Season has, again, lots of pretty things. Happy Holidays From Our Home to Yours, Snowflake Kisses, and Holiday Wishes. That's interesting. What did the snowflake one say? Huh. Okay, this one doesn't have the snowflake. Yeah, Snowflake Kisses are from heaven. That's why it sounds familiar. All right, we have Believe in Magic. Believe in the Magic of Christmas, wishing you a season of gladness. May the Christmas season bring you special moments. I mean, this is going to last forever and ever and ever. And peace and joy. So, Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright. That's a nice one there. And this is another, that's two actually pieces there. Wishing you peace and joy. So lots of pretty things here. And my idea of this one, ever since I even ordered them, I'm just like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp it, I'm gonna emboss it, you know, with some embossing ink, we'll use some embossing powder, and then I'm gonna take my little flowers from this diamond press set, the Gatefold dies and stamp. This is the Christmas Gatefold dies and stamp, and I'm gonna take the Poinsettia flower one and just make like a little flower that goes at the base. So it's gonna be flower, embossing, maybe a little mat on your card. So let me grab papers to work along with that, and we'll get started. Really nice work area. So I'm telling you, there were so many just like bits of paper and all kinds of stuff, because I mean, I'm always working, then the pieces go this way, they go that way, they go underneath things, and so now I have a nice big surface to work on, and that's what I'm gonna do. And hopefully I will keep this clean so it doesn't look too bad. But you guys know I like crafty things, like messy things now, so I'm not promising anything. All right, so I want this to be kind of, I'm gonna use this one. I like the Be Filled with Wonder, Be Touched by Peace This Christmas. I think that's nice. And I don't really know how big that is, but it'll be good enough. But what I'm trying to mat up is what I want on the top of my card. So I probably will put a mat behind this one, and I want a standard A2 size card. So if the mat behind this is gonna be 4 by 5.25, this one should maybe be, let me see how wide this is before we cut it. 3.25-ish. Okay, so we're good. So I was gonna cut it 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by, the other one's 5.5, and then 5.25 by 5. So 3 3/4 by 5. This is just stamping card. You don't need to have a special stamping card for this kind of thing, because you're just gonna do a little stamping, a little embossing. It's not the biggest deal. Oh, good. I have a Versamark water stamp pad right here. I do actually have some extra juicy Versamark right here. I don't know if this thing... I have a refill. I don't even know where I got this. I just found it in my stuff and I was like, oh, that's great. So I'm going to get some of this on here. Just gonna haven't used this in a while. I do have the Crafter's Companion watermark pad here too. So there's just... You can emboss with a pigment ink. It doesn't have to be something clear. You can do whatever you like. I'm trying to think if I want to use a stamp positioner. I think I do. I hear little feet stomping around upstairs for some reason. Let's see here. This will be nice and new for all of us because, again, I have my heat gun over there. Everything's mixed up. All right, so we have this here. And I do like the way this looks. This is really nice because then you can always take this off. Apparently, you're going to have to take this off. If you want this in your folder, there's no holes, unless you want to put holes and keep it all together. But basically, you're going to mount these onto here, which just means take them off of the carrier and put them on there. But interesting. And these are just acrylic. I remember the first time I think Sarah had talked about it, I thought they were polymer. I could have sworn that's what she said, but they're on this set and the other set, they're both acrylic. Oopsie. See? I'm learning already that I'm going to start dropping things. Okay, that looks pretty good, especially because I'm going to put the flower down here. So I think I'm going to leave this here. That'll be great. I'm just using that for that, just to eyeball it and know that when I come back it'll be where I want it. And I'm just going to smear this good stuff on here. Just hopefully making sure that it gets everywhere. And I will wash this off with water when I'm done. That looks pretty good. I can kind of see the reflection, the shininess on the stamp there. And I was going to use gold embossing powder. And I actually had one sitting on the desk right now when I was cleaning this up. So I think that's pretty good. I did not use my embossing buddy, so that's my bad. Let me grab this. And this. And this. And just get that on there real nice. So since I didn't use my little embossing buddy, I'm going to have to clean up this a little bit. So I'm just going to go through here and brush away anything that I don't want. And I'll be right back. Okay. And again, you just go over, and when it starts getting shiny, changing, you just move to the next area. Some people like doing this from the back, just on the back of your paper, and you can do that too. Just apply the heat to the back. I hope you can see that coming up nice and gold. And that gold embossing powder I've had for at least 10 years. It's just some old embossing powder I have. Okay. All right, let me get some paper to cut our flowers with. So I'm gonna put that up and put these away for now to the side. And so I have two different colors of red. I just like to do that because I think it looks pretty. So what I'm gonna do is just cut these guys out, one of either color, and you can layer up more. I'm just doing one large of the light red, one large of the darker red, and then one large of the small, one large of the small, one small of the darker red and one small of the lighter red. And just gonna tape these down, give it a little cut here so I don't have to use all this paper. And I think this should fit through the marquee just like this. And then I'll do the same thing with some leaves, and I need a yellow or something colored center, so I'll do that too. As you can see, I taped it, but I can just hold on to them so they don't move. Oopsie. There we go. All right, so I'll pop out, like I said, some leaves and then a yellow center also from the same set. And actually, before we do that, let's do one more thing. So again, the way you're supposed to use this, you're supposed to flip one. And then some people don't like the way it looks cut on the backside. Once it's layered up, it doesn't bother me, but again, I've shown you guys just to wet them and you can have some fun with that. So I am going to wet these just to do something different since I haven't done it with this set yet. And I just give them some water and crinkle them up. And poinsettias do look kind of ruffled anyway, or like just kind of messed up a little bit. So I think this is a good thing to do with this kind of flower especially. So I'm just going to crinkle them up. Be careful, this one is very delicate. It has slits plus a slit right down the center. So you do want to be careful with it. But I'm going to do the same thing for all of these and cut out some leaves and I'll be right back. So I'm just cleaning up some of the water. I did do the leaves in the same thing. I just wet them so they're still pretty wet. So I might have to put those to the side for a minute. And uncrinkle these guys, and how do we have them? Yeah, so this one, you see the little half leaf is that way, and this one's this way, or petal. So this one will go this way. I do like starting with the burgundy one though, the darker red. Then the lighter red. And then the darker red. And then the lighter. So I'm going to stack these up like this. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in between each. I do have some tacky glue in here. I think that'll work. These are still pretty wet, actually. So what I'm going to do is hit them with a heat tool, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm going to do before we get to this part, I suppose, is go ahead and mat this up. So I have this little paper. It is a little bit juvenile. It's from that same stack I've been using, the Pebbles Cozy and Bright stack. You want to distress this, do whatever you like. I'm just going to go for it. Actually, before I get to that, let's do the first layer. 8.5 by 5.5 piece of paper here. We're gonna score it at 4 1/4 or just fold it like I am doing, but it looks nicer if you score it first, okay? All right, there we go. And we're gonna get this here. Or at least use a bone folder if you're gonna fold it like I did, right? Just a little nicer, a little more crisp. So I'm gonna put this little piece down. So pretty. Whenever I use a black card base like this, you can also line it like with white or some, you know, something else that's easier to write with or on. I just use a gold pen or a silver pen to write with on the inside. You can use obviously a white pen, whatever shows up. And this can also be popped up. I'm just leaving it flat. But, you know, people really like dimension. But I did mention when I went to send some cards the other day, they had to all be oversized because of the thickness of the card. So you can keep that in mind whenever you're making your cards. And this little guy, I'm just going to build it up here while we're here. I guess a little bit lower, like down here. Something like that. You don't have to build it up on your card if you're afraid to do that. You can build it up, you know, off to the side and just do the layers and then bring it over. And again, I like to switch in little petal. So the double petal over here. This is obviously going to have a lot of dimension too. Again, this will probably flatten out pretty well if you want to put in a card in an envelope instead of delivering it as in a package or something. I'm going to put it here. You can put it down lower. I just like the way it looks here, so I'm okay with that. And again, we got our little burgundy one. And I'm still switching up the petals, even though at this part you can probably switch it back up however you like. And this one. So pretty. Oh my gosh. And then this little guy, we are going to cut him in half, I suppose. Well, let me see. Yeah, we're going to have to cut him in half. I just didn't know when I was going to do it, but I guess I'll do it now. That's just one of the centers that's in the kit. You can pick, you know, a different one if you don't want this one, but I think this is basically the one that goes with poinsettia because it's little, like, little bolitas in Spanish, little balls like things there. I think it's a little bit crooked. Like I should have probably made it go this way a little bit more. That's the thing with tacky glue, it sticks pretty quickly. Like I could have probably put the flower over a little bit more that way, but I'm not gonna worry about that too much. And then I have a bunch of leaves. And I'll just put some glue and tuck them in here and there. Now, of course, this is bigger than the thing. You don't have to use leaves. I just cut a ton of leaves just in case I want to use them. But they do look really pretty. And to be honest, I a lot of times don't even put my cards in envelopes. Sometimes when people buy things for my store envy, I try to include a card, and I just put the card without an envelope. I just put it in there because, you know, I like to just let the card be. And usually that's inside the package, so that's why it's easier to do that. But I'm going to cut a little bit of this off. Oh, that's so pretty. Alright guys, so just kind of a quick card, a little organic, a little fun. I think it came out really pretty. What do you guys think? Let me know. I know you will let me know. Alright guys, I hope you're all doing well. And I'm going to stick that down with a little more glue. And I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.